So, scariest hunting story I have. I was by myself in 2022 up in Unit 39 up around Idaho City, and I shot at this big buck, grazed his chest, and like big bucks do, big mule deers, they'll drop and act like they got hit even though they didn't. And that's what he did. So I went up there and I shot across the ravine. Had to go down through the ravine, back up, came up to where I shot at him at, and no hair, no blood, no nothing. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm going to go and try and find him. So there's all these little fingers from the mountain that run down into the big ravine. And I was trying to track him, and I got on his track, and I was hunting up, and mind you, this is like freaking, it took me an hour and a half, 2 hours, maybe 3 hours to get up into where this is at. Like just a big old canyon that nobody hunts. And I get up there, and like I see where I shot at him at. Can't find any blood, no hair, no nothing. I'm going, well, this is weird. And so I'm like, well, I'll follow his track, trying to find his tracks. In Idaho, especially right on the cusp of the Rocky Mountains and all the big mountains, we have a lot of tall grass. So we got a lot of big pine trees and then tall grass. And it's really hard unless you hit them. If you don't kill them, unless you hit them and hit them hard and they're bleeding out, it's really hard to find a track. So I go over to where I shot at, and I walk through this little finger that goes down into the big ravine, the big canyon. And I'm looking around and I hear this noise, and I look up to my left, and I see this little brown thing scurrying up the mountain. And at first I was like, what the hell is that? And then it dawned on me, that's a bear cub. And that's when the fear set in. I went, oh shit, that's a bear cub. Where's Mama? And I stopped and I looked around, could not see Mama. And I was like, oh, I gotta go. I gotta get the hell out of here. Turned around, went down that same ravine that I crossed, that big buck jumped into. Was going down the ravine. There was a big tree that had fallen and cracked and fell and filled up the ravine. And it stunk like a dead animal. I walked right into the frickin' kitchen. There was like 3 or 4 dead deer carcasses stuffed underneath this tree in the middle of the ravine. And I went, oh shit, I gotta go. I gotta get the hell out of here. Scariest thing I've ever been in. Like, most things don't scare me. I used to be an iron worker. I used to walk iron. I used to do all the crazy, stupid dirt bike shit and everything. But when I walked into the bear kitchen, I was scared. I was more scared than when I ran into that bear cub. Like, that scared me. Once I realized it was a bear cub and I couldn't see Mama, I put my hand on my 45 and got the hell out of there. And then I just turned around, like right out of the frying pan, right into the fire. Scariest hunting, scariest thing I've ever been in.